One of my favorite fragrances of all time has to be Rouge Saray by Atelier des Ours. There is one thing about this fragrance that's like keeping it from being like my number one of all time. I do like it. It's in my top 10, but there's like one little flaw that I'll talk about a little bit later. But let's talk about something that's clearly obvious is the bottle design. Can you see that? This brand has absolutely stunning bottle designs, and I don't know if this is gonna translate. Let me show you. There are gold flakes, literal gold flakes, floating in this bottle, in all their bottles. And I think it's absolutely stunning. I think Atelier des Ours has some of the best bottles you can possibly get in the fragrance game. I mean, honestly, you could probably buy this and smash it open and the gold might be worth more than the actual fragrance itself. I'm rambling, let's get on to a couple sprays of this bad boy. We're gonna do 2 or 3 on the hand. Pretty good atomizer, not the best, but solid, right? It's solid. This stuff smells amazing. I love this. Now, right up top, as soon as you smell this fragrance, you get hit with like chewy dates. I get dates, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of fruity plum. There are some light florals going on, but I wouldn't, this is definitely not a floral fragrance. They're just there for backup, you know, make it a little bit airy and light. And it's also a little bit powdery to me. Not overly powdery, it's not a makeup style fragrance, but it is a bit powdery, which I absolutely think is fantastic. And I love powdery fragrances. So once again, you get chewy date, you get fruitiness from plums, right? You get a little bit of cinnamon. It's not spicy, but it's definitely there. It just smells so good. Let's do one more in the air here. One of the things that's a little strange is this cap. My cap like doesn't stay on. It's like almost super loose, which is, I don't know if that's how all their bottles are, if it's supposed to snap. It doesn't snap into place. I don't know, it's kind of strange. So definitely I don't pick this up by the cap because I mean, it comes right off. This fragrance is just so smooth. Now, as this starts to dry down, you get a little bit of vanilla that comes in, right? Vanilla and some woods, mostly sandalwood. I believe there is some Gaiac wood in here, but I'm getting sandalwood and vanilla. And it's just so good. It's such a smooth, creamy fragrance. It's blended absolutely just so well. This fragrance is very well blended. It's chewy, it's fruity, it's a little bit spicy, it's a little bit soft and slightly floral, and a little bit powdery. Magnificent, really. Now it is a sweet fragrance, but it's not overly sweet. You know, it's labeled as like an Oriental style gourmand, which means like it smells like an edible style fragrance gourmands. But personally to me, it kind of teeters on gourmand, just a little bit. And the star of the show here definitely is the dates and the plum. The dates and the plum here are just so delicious smelling. But the other notes in there kind of like make it not overly dessert. Like you have some gourmand fragrances that smell like you're eating cupcakes and cake and frosting and ice cream. This has gourmand edible elements, but the woody notes and the light florals and the powderiness make it kind of like a hybrid almost. And honestly, it doesn't smell like too many other fragrances that I'm familiar with. I mean, there's really nothing this reminds me of. If I had to really make a similarity, if I had to make a comparison to something that's in the same ballpark as like vibe a little bit, they don't smell the same, but the same kind of vibe, I guess, or you'd wear it in the same situations, might be Monkey Special Iomi. Iomi Monkey Special by Xerjoff. This is like a lighter version of that, way less potent. We'll talk about that, but it's kind of like in the similar style. I know that has passion fruit and a bunch of other stuff going on, but to me, that's the only one I've smelled where it's like somewhat similar as far as application and vibe. This ultimately, like the nostalgic thought, what it reminds me of, like if you took a giant bowl of like dried fruits, like dates or apricots and all this stuff, put a little bit of spice and cinnamon, and then just drizzled like a vanilla syrup over those fruits, that's pretty much what this smells like. And it smells absolutely great. Look at that bottle. I just can't stop showing this bottle. This bottle is absolutely fantastic. It's like a little snow globe of gold. You know, if this is your only fragrance, having this on your shelf honestly is like a showstopper. This just reeks of class. If I had my own brand, honestly, I don't feel like you could beat the bottles by Atelier des Ours. They're just phenomenal. There's nothing like it. This is a niche brand, and as you expect, it's a little bit pricey, honestly, right? This is the 100 ml, and this comes in, I think the retail is about $275, which is a little bit expensive, but it smells so good that I personally feel like it's worth that price. I do have samples available of this on the Fragrance Channel Decants. Check it out, I'll put some links below. I'll ship samples of this to you if you want to smell it, and if not, don't do it. And let's get to my issue. I want to get to my issue with this, and it kind of goes in the ballpark of the price too. whatever. But the projection and the longevity, okay? Now the longevity is good. Like you will smell this on your skin 8+ hours. That's pretty good. It's the projection for me. The projection is just not there. For the first 2 hours, if you do like 5-6 sprays, you'll smell it. But this turns pretty quickly into a skin scent. And I just love the DNA of this so much that I wish it was not beast mode, but I wish 3 sprays would just, you know, clear rooms all day. And it doesn't do that, right? Like I wore this on Christmas, you know, and I'm a little bit of an oversprayer, I'll say it, but it's like, no one really smelled it. You had to be really up close, like hugging me for someone to notice, which is good. And I know some people love that and they don't want to make a big scene, but I just think for the price of this, I just wish it was a little bit more beastly. I'm hoping maybe they do another flanker of this and make a stronger parfum version, maybe an X straight. That would be amazing. This is a very unisex fragrance. Some people may say it could lean feminine a little bit. I don't think so. I think it's split right down the middle. You can pretty much wear this anywhere. It's not gonna offend anybody. It'll be very appropriate. I think maybe younger people might think this might smell a little bit mature, but I don't know. Maybe just because it's like maybe the DNA. This is not like wear it to the club and I'm gonna pick up a bunch of chicks kind of fragrance. This is like wear it to the, I don't know, library and maybe I'll talk to an older lady. No, you'll get compliments. You'll get compliments for sure. I think if a woman wore this, it would be a little bit more effective than if a man wore this. Does that make sense? But wow, just a great fragrance. Like I said, 10 out of 10. I do wish the projection was a little bit better, but I'm pretty excited. I've only smelled a couple from this brand, from this house. I'm excited to explore a little bit more from Atelier. Is it Atelier? Atelier des Ours. If you've smelled anything else by them or there's anything you think I should check out, you know, put it down in the comments below because I'll check it out, buddy. I will check that out. My name's Ryan. This is the Fragrance Channel. Thanks for stopping by.